Hi guys, it's Ross. This is a video response to LowBucks Prepper's new channel contest. It's called StoveTec, and what it is how to how you cook in a shit hit the fan situation. It's got to be completely off grid. It can't involve gas or any other kind of fuel like that. Also, you can't light it with a match or a lighter, which is a bit of a problem. You have to light it with a compass, the magnifying glass and a compass. But other than that, all of the cooking is not done in here. So you'll find out a bit more in a minute. Right, so I've got a cast iron pot on the top. And what I'm just going to cook it up is just going to cook up some pearl barley. Just show you, just for a simple example of food. What's great about pearl barley is it's about the same price as rice, but it expands about 5 times more than rice, which is great. So I'm going to pour some in. Don't want a lot, I'm just cooking myself. Great. Alright. These clip things are great for just keeping food nice and airtight when you're not using it, if you can figure out how to get them on. Right, now the sun, I'll just show you, it's just gone as grey as anything, so I'm not going to be able to light it by the sun, so I'm going to have to go and find. Right, so I've found a way to light it. I'm going to light it with a flint stick, with a striker and a Swiss Army knife. Get right down in there. You know you need more practice when it takes about 20 goes to light a fire. Try and get something a bit more light. Right, so I'm back with a ridiculous amount of cotton wool. Let's give this another go. Shut that. There you go. Right, so I'd say that's been cooking long enough now. So to the next stage. Right, so I'd say that's been cooking long enough now. So I think it's time for the next stage. What I forgot to tell you was that what you probably didn't realise is that was on just until the water started to boil. That was on the wood stove just until the water started to get boiling. So yeah, that will explain the next step. Now the great thing about this method is that the idea is that it conserves fuel. I mean, instead of cooking that pearl barley for 15 minutes, which is the cooking time, I've reduced that down to sort of the 3 minutes fuel-wise it takes to boil. Now, once it's boiled, now a lot of you might have heard of this. It's called the hay box method. Now, I didn't have a cardboard box sitting around, and most importantly, I didn't have any hay. But the general idea of it, if you don't know what it is to trap heat used for cooking. So, for example, you're cooking something up. Like you bring it to boiling point, wherever you're cooking, and then straight away, as soon as it went from boiling, what you're going to do is you're going to ram it in an insulated place. Now, I've just chose this pile of washing here because it's the most insulated thing. You want to get it right in there and tuck it down, then put a big blanket over to trap all the heat in. Now, what this will do is it will insulate the box and keep it as insulated for as long as possible. Keep that heat in for as long as possible. So what happens when you keep that heat in for as long as possible is that it traps the heat and keeps that heat going for a long period of time. So essentially cooking your food. So now we're going to skip back in time slightly to where it's just came off the stove. And I'm going to show you what to do now. Right, so it's quite literally just came off the boil. Now, what you need for this part is this going to be a difficult bit? Because I haven't yet got a bowl out. I should have done this earlier, really. What I'll do. What you now need to do is just transfer it to a plastic container. A ladle would be helpful. Now, you don't want all of the swimming liquid. You don't want everything it's been stewing away in. Now, so this is, well, it hasn't really been stewing yet. This just brought it to the boil. Now, the reddy tint in the water is just the starch of the pearl barley. So you just want to get most of this out, but you need to do it quite quick. Just to get it into this container. Without trying to get water all over the floor. Right, probably one more scoop I'll get out of that, and then I'll have to start pouring. Right, so that's there now. One side. Now I just want to quickly, now this is when you want like all the boiling boiling liquid. See, there's quite a lot of stuff left in there, so I probably will be able to get the whole thing in. I didn't think I'd be able to get the whole thing in earlier. In fact, if I just get a proper spoon, I mean, I'm trying to do this as quick as possible, because all the time that lid's not on, it's losing heat. So this is quite literally, like I said before, just been boiled on the stove just for 3 or 4 minutes. So this is only at boiling point. This isn't cooked now. I mean, if I put it in my mouth, hard as anything. Just the outside is slightly soft. So, just quickly, right, I won't bother about the rest. Now what you want to do is stick on the top of the lid and carefully, out without burning your fingers, carry it, let me grab a towel, carry it to your hay box, which in my case is a, ow, right, okay, that really hurt. It's kind of, there seems to be steam, it's kind of getting hot round the sides and pouring out. Right, so now what I want to do is just take this. You've got to make sure it's waterproof, otherwise you'll get everything dirty. Get in here in the washing right in the middle and just pack it down. You want to squeeze it all around, and then you want to get as much insulation as you can possibly get on that. So I'm going to grab a jumper because I haven't got a towel. Just leave it there. Now what you need to do now is leave it there for probably about half an hour-ish. Hot. As you can see, it's still boiling hot. I mean, you'll be able to see it's been in there for 15 minutes now, and as I take this off, you'll be able to see out. Still very hot. It's not a boiling point, obviously, but that's held in and out long enough for that half an hour to keep that going. Now, what I need to do now is just drain the water off. I won't show you. All I'm going to do is just use a sieve. I mean, it's not rocket science. How am I going to do this without burning my fingers? Now I just realised I made a really, really stupid mistake. As you can see, that like tiny little handful of barley's turned into a sort of third of a tub, and that was only probably a couple of tablespoons. Now what you want to do to add flavour to that is just get, this is my box full of bouillon cubes. I'm going to take what I fancy. I fancy chicken. I'm very chicken and that. Right, so you just want to take your chicken bouillon cube. And you just sort of want to really sort of just flake it in. Now be careful because it does kind of turn your hands a tint of yellowy. Now if I just grab a spoon, stir it in. Now it doesn't look like a very nice meal. Sorry, I haven't washed my hands today. It looks a bit of a mess. Now, it doesn't look a very nice meal. But if you're hungry, actually it's not bad. If you're hungry and cold, you've been working all day, I think I'll put a bit too much chicken in it, but what you can also always add to this is if you had, say, you shot a squirrel or something, or a pigeon, or any kind of small game, roast that up when that fire was on, throw it in there. It would taste just like chicken, especially I've definitely put too much chicken bouillon in there. Also with pearl barley, you can add baked beans just to bulk it out a lot more. But yeah, so this is my video. I know the meal that I made was a bit basic, but that's mainly because my preps are pretty basic as of the moment, and this is what I've got in my preps. I did the pearl barley just to simulate rice. I have got a couple of bags of pearl barley now, but bulk of it's rice. But I didn't have any rice open. I had some pearl barley open. That's well, we've had in the cupboard for a couple of years now. It's gone out of date. So I just cooked that out. So thanks for watching. I don't expect to win at all, but the reason I did do the hay box cooking method is because apparently there may be a prize for the LowBuck prep was saying there may be a prize for the person who has the most different idea. I can't think of any idea more different. I mean, soda cooking goes around a lot. But yeah, so soda cooking, and there's lots of different ways, but I hope no one else has thought of hay box. Just try something out different. So thanks for watching. If you haven't checked out LowBuck Prepper's channel, go over and have a look. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.